Hey, there we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fridays at 4 on twitch.tv/DDOstream. I'm DDO's community manager, Cordovan. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate everyone being here today. Today, we've got some news, a whole bunch of news. I'm back from vacation, and I've got a stack of news to get through. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. In the news today. And then we're going to run the anniversary event for a while to wrap up our show for the weekend. And we've got a big anniversary weekend happening. So a lot happening in-game. Anniversary event, Update 58. We had a patch this week. We have a whole bunch of things going on. We'll talk a little bit about character transfers and all sorts of other things too today. So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. I hope you are having an okay time in the game. So let's get to the news right away. First thing I would mention is that we did release a patch today. That would be Update 58.0.1. Main bits that prompted it was a bug with champions appearing in raids. So we have now fixed that. So champions are no longer spawning in raids, with the exception of Killing Time, where they're intended to spawn. You kind of go back into some quests as part of the story of Killing Time. And as such, in those quests, champions can appear. But otherwise, champions should not be appearing in raids. We fixed the Blade of Jack Gibbers that wasn't properly turning you undead, and it's now properly killing you over time. Mark Target is once again showing its green arrow. Repair amplification is working right. Fiend Pact for Warlock is now doing its appropriate fire damage. Thornblade is made of wood. Greater single weapon fighting, improved shield mastery now of their icons that were missing. Dark Hunter's action boosts have their maximum charges. Mounting while in Plague Wolf form now dismounts correctly. Thornkin and Thorn Knight forms now use their correct art. And then finally, the anniversary event has had its correct maximum level CR challenge rating set to 37. So you can now take the anniversary event up to level 37. However, there is an issue right now where you're not getting the proper amount of party favors if you're level 31 and 32 running on 36 and 37. That's going to be fixed in our next game update. And as a result, we'll probably be extending the anniversary event a little bit. Currently, the anniversary event is set to go through March 5th, but we'll be announcing an extension of that probably early next week once we finalize a date. Kind of have a date in mind, but we'll see. Either way, though, I guess the other bit of news that I should really focus on is next Tuesday is our 17th anniversary. Yeah, 17 years of DDO here. And we're celebrating with a lot of free. That's in Update 58. So the anniversary event underway, like we said, at least through March 5th. And that's over in House Fjarland. This armor, you can get this armor for free. I'll show you how to do that in a second. You'll speak to the genie outside of the Fjarland chapter house next to the anniversary event. You can pick up the armor once per day, so per account. So just if you want a whole bunch of them, just stop back every day and pick another one up. And you can just do that for as long as you want to. There's no limit on that. Also, we added last year's free gift for party favors in the prize list, along with a few other things that I can mention. We have 3 new archetypes in Update 58, Acolyte of the Skin, Blightcaster, and Dark Hunter. And those are just free. Everyone gets those when you log in. You can create one of those 3 archetypes and find the full release notes for them over in the Update 58 release notes. We have a new free dungeon, which I'll be running maybe not this week, maybe next week, we'll see, called the Kill 10 Rats. It's a free dungeon in Sharn. You kind of go up by Moorgrave University, the Moorgrave University Adventure Pack in Sharn, and you'll see it. And then we've got a whole bunch of sales going on. We have double bonus points, Otto's boxes, Heroic, Epic, Improved. We have discounts in the DDO market on expansions, including Isle of Dread for 25% off. Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, Fables of the Feywild at half off, Sharn, and the expansion trove at 75% off. We have the Wish of Inheritance back. And then also I would just mention, if you do want a Party Punch, you can pick that up for free. The coupon code this week is Party Favor, and that is through March 2nd. We're heading to, where do I have, I lost it somewhere. Where did I put that? Here we go. How we build dungeons live at PAX East. I have some PAX East news as well this week. On Thursday, March 23rd, we're going to be presenting a panel at PAX East. That's a big gaming convention that's happening at the Boston Convention Center. And we're going to be building a dungeon live. We'll go into the process of everything from concept to the mechanics of building a dungeon to all the considerations that go into it. And we're going to be discussing it live at PAX East. It should be live streamed on the second PAX channel, so I believe that's PAX 2. Yeah, twitch.tv/PAX2. That'll be from 2 to 3 o'clock Eastern, -5 GMT, in the Albatross Theater. So please do attend if you are attending PAX. And if you're not attending PAX, should be over on the Twitch channel. So that's very exciting. I'll be doing some moderation. We've got with me Torque, Nobob, Artemis, and Tolero as well. And it should be a good time. And then afterwards, that evening, exact time to be determined, but something like 6 or 7. It'll be at Lucky's Lounge. We're going to be having a community meetup. This is a DDO-specific meetup, although like all of our meetups, we will extend an invitation to people from both games who want to attend. However, we do have a bit of a limit as to how many people we can have at this meetup. The space only has so much room and for food and all that sort of thing. So we're going to be doing an RSVP in the coming days. As soon as I get an hour or two to carve out and make it all happen, I'm going to set up the RSVP system and turn it on. If you know you're going to PAX East and you know you want to attend the community meetup, keep an eye out and RSVP as soon as you can. We need to get an attendee number to the venue. And like I said, we do have a limit of roughly about 75-ish people who can attend. Most years we're fine with that. This year, just because we're kind of hyping it up, maybe that number is going to be pretty easy to hit. I don't know. That's part of why we're doing the RSVP, is to just see how much interest there is. But if you do want to attend, stay tuned on our social media channels. We'll have a link to where you can RSVP for the community meetup. I'll also do a thing in this RSVP where it's like, I know I'm going to attend, and there'll be 4 of us. I think I might attend. I really want to attend, but I don't know if I can. Or I'm interested in attending, but I don't know if I can. That way I can kind of get a better sense of who all is going to be able to make it. And then we'll get back to you if necessary with any RSVPs, but we probably won't have to. My guess is that'll be fine. Should be pretty good. It is 21 plus. It is at Lucky's Lounge, which is going to be a really cool place to have this meetup. You can see look at that bar right there. That's going to be like our space. Years ago, when I was looking for a venue for a PAX East meetup, I had actually thought Lucky's would be perfect if we could land that place sometime, and we're lucky this year to be able to do it. It's within walking distance of the convention center, which is nice. Not the easiest walk in the world, but not much farther than Wagamama or something like that. It's kind of across the bridge and down the road. But it is one of the closer bars to the convention as well, so it should be a great place to have this meetup. Rough hours are 6:37, I don't know what we've landed on yet, to 9 o'clock. And then after 9 o'clock, I believe they're going to open the lounge to the full group for that Thursday of PAX East. But we've got a section, at least half of it. We've got like half of it. It's sort of a U-shaped bar, and we're taking half. It's from 6 to 9 that we have it reserved. I'm still trying to work out if we can do setup and then start it at 6, or if we need to arrive at 6 o'clock and do setup. That's really the main sticking point in terms of being able to announce a time for you at this time. But it'll be roughly about 6:30, something like that the meetup will be taking place. It is during a cold time of the year. You're right. Bring a jacket. Get some coffee, maybe at Dunkin's. All right. So I think that's most of the immediate news. Let's see, I've got the anniversary, I've got the PAX East meetup, I did the update 58.0.1 release notes, and then I would just mention that update 58 did release this Wednesday as well, and there's a lot in there. You can get all the information about the archetypes and the free dungeon and what have you by reading the release notes on DDO.com. I've been out on vacation for a week. I was gone Tuesday to Tuesday of this past week, and so some of the other members of the team had to put together the release notes this time, and I think a few kind of older notes snuck into there and what have you. So if there's any kind of typos or someone mentioned in chat there's a reference to fire that should not be or something like that, I'll have to go back and align it to what ended up getting released here in the coming days. But that's pretty much what we got. So is the anniversary event shorter this year compared to years past? No, but typically our event cadences, it'll kick off on a Thursday, it'll go through 2 full weekends, and then it gets shut off that following Monday. And that is the cadence that was initially set for the anniversary event for this year. There have been years, though, where we gave the anniversary event a 3rd or I believe even 4th week. So we have in the past gone up to a month. But our typical cadence on events is it arrives, goes through 1 weekend, goes through the 2nd weekend, and then gets shut off that following Monday. In this case, though, it's likely to be extended, and we'll have more on that in the coming days. The other bit of news I could mention before I kind of get to gameplay here is that while I was out, we had to re-shut off character transfers due to a bug that cropped up with the character transfer system. And we're currently in the process of working through that bug internally. We've got a fix in place, and we're testing that fix right now to robustly to make sure it works. And if it works, we'll have more information about the return of transfers soon. Can't tell you if it'll be early next week, mid next week, not next week. I don't know. It really depends on what happens from here on out, and I can't predict the future. But it should be coming in the very near future, and we'll announce when it reopens what the plan is for the timing on free transfers to Orion and Sorlona. I can't give you any hint on that today. I don't know. We need to sit down and have a conversation about how much time should we extend the transfer period to those free worlds and then get transfers in general back up and running. So as soon as I know more, I will let you know. But a fix is in the works, and once that is done, then we're going to figure out what to do about the end date and get that announced to you. Is there anything else I should mention before I get to gameplay here? Can't think of anything. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, Johnny, to your question about you saw a character 19, it could be they've just got a lot of bank alts. 11111, I'm not sure. All right. Yeah, well, I don't know that we're going to base our transfer availability on your ability to min-max the daily dice system. Sorry. All right, so if you need the armor, I have the armor. If you need the armor, just oh, actually I already picked it up today, so I can't get you the armor, but you'll just pick that up. If you still have an old anniversary token, like a 15th one, then you can trade it in. But most folks already have their 15th anniversary because it is 2 years ago after all. But we reused the NPC for this distribution, so that's why that's back. Let me mention real quick, we do have a few new rewards here in the reward list for the anniversary event. We have the helmet that's associated with the anniversary armor, and then we've got 2 clubs. We have a one-handed, two-handed version of the balance bat. This is kind of a joke item. More than kind of, it's a joke item, although it is level 0, so it could be used at level 1 with a red augment. But, actually, I don't think you can use it at level 1 with an augment because it'll increase the level of it, whatever. The point is, this item is not meant to... You're not going to have... You haven't found your new raid item. The idea is it's a item of achieving perfect balance by being really weak. So, if everything is really weak, we've achieved balance. It's a joke. It's a joke. But we do have quite a bit as well. We have the anniversary outfit. We've got masks that you can get, all the colors of the capes that we've done. Robe of celebration that we've had in years past. The armor's there. You can still get the 15th anniversary cloak. The sentient jewel of the dragon is one that you may well want to put on your radar. That one's hard to get otherwise. And even more than that, we have the kobold later on. We have all the house cloaks in here. And then all the traditional items that the anniversary event provided. Correct that we don't have level 32 versions of them. At some point in the future, we'll hit a level cap in the 30s, probably something like 35, where it'll make sense to debut these items at the appropriate time. But we'll see. We'll see. There'll be a bunch of work to do, but same stuff as always in regards to the loot for the anniversary event. I'm not going to go through it all, but there's some very nice items in the anniversary event that you may want to get. But I wanted to finish up the list. There are a couple of joke items here. This will lower your level. Banhammer's a fun one. Tinfoil hat. The broccoli beater is actually... I like the broccoli beater actually quite a bit. And the bat... Yeah, it's a good one. We have the flasks. The D12 is specifically lets you go back to the marketplace. It's a teleport item just for the marketplace. I actually use it a fair amount on some of my characters. So, might be something to consider. And then the other sentient jewel, the sentient jewel of the kobold, arguably one of our best, if not the best, sentient jewel, is available in the rewards list. And then we've got the cookies for, smaller amounts if you want them. All right. Yeah, so you need to be level 30 to equip it, and then it brings you down to level 10, and that's by design. That's how it's supposed to work. I am going to go at this. This worked yesterday for me, and I'm just going to keep doing that. See if it works. Yeah, I am basically done with the news, Dark Wolf, so good timing. I'm not going to say that people aren't going to get anything out of me here, but I think I've gone through... Oh, actually, there's one big thing I haven't mentioned, and that's our bonus. This week, through Wednesday, we have a 20% Heroic and Epic XP boost. Yeah, 20% Heroic and Epic XP through Wednesday, through the anniversary. Maybe if you're looking to do some lifing, it's a good time to get that going. It came up recently in chat about what about doing a legendary XP boost at some point. And I think we will most likely do that in the near future. I think the way we probably will handle it is we will start by having it be its own exclusive bonus. So for that weekend, there'll be a legendary XP boost. And then eventually maybe we'll roll it into the wider XP boost. But if it's brand new in its own thing, we'll let it be new in its own thing. I think, one of the big conversations we've had about that particular boost is, well, how much good is it actually going to do? It's pretty easy to get to level 30 to 32 right now, and our level cap is, after all, just 32. So, it's not like you're going to... the value may be somewhat more limited, but we don't have it, and some folks would really like it, so, Odds are good. Yep. Yes, I have had that hound be pretty difficult, especially on higher difficulties here. Oh, I should mention I'm on Wayfinder. I have a character here I'm just kind of looking to level up and get some stuff, and I want to get... Right now I'm using the Sentient Jewel of the Resolute, I believe. The lady's like, "Get going, soldier." And... Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe it makes grammatical sense. Maybe it's an appropriate phrase. But do you know what phrase really gets on my nerves? The Sentient Jewel of the Resolute's one where she specifically says, "Fast legs feed the wolf, not a full backpack." And I guess I'm like, what? Fast legs feed the wolf? No, a full backpack would feed the wolf, because then you wouldn't be able to run fast enough and the wolf would be able to catch you, right? And every time that the Sentient Jewel says that, I'm like, I don't understand. So this year, you can see the Cordovan fight got a little bit of upgrade, maybe slightly more difficult this year. At one point, Steel Star had just sort of put it out into a chat. It was like, well, I don't know, what do you think we should do with the Cordovan fight this year? And I thought for a little bit about it, and I said, well, Cordovan should have a bunch of dinosaurs there and tell them to punch everyone to death. He didn't take my suggestion on the punching everyone to death part. But he did add the dinosaurs, which I am much appreciative of. I thought it'd be funny seeing all the kind of T-Rex types try to... But, it's a fun... I like the anniversary event. Get it if you want to get, say, the Sentient Jewel on multiple characters or multiple servers. It can be a fair amount of running of the event, but you can also get it done real quickly if you've got a group with you, kind of splitting up and conquering the different rooms, and you could kind of rinse and repeat your way through the anniversary event and get... It's what, about... I guess I have to do the math, 18 or so runs if you're getting 12 per run in order to get a sentient gem, which is the most costly item in the reward list. Oh, also, notice that all the dinosaurs have party hats. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cute. No, I can't. I can't talk about what we might do in relation to the movie. We do have some plans in the works. Now, I will say this: we aren't like chummy with the film crew or anything like that. I mean, we we're very excited for the movie, just like you are and everything. But we're not. We don't have any inside info or anything on this. So, I have no idea whether the movie's any good. It looks great to me. I loved the was it the IGN Fan Fest that there was a clip that came out recently where they were doing a little question and answer session, and I won't spoil it, but I thought it was pretty funny. But it was just a kind of a raw clip of the film, and it was looking pretty good. And we are looking to get in on the hype for sure. We fully expect that there will be a bunch of people excited about Dungeons and Dragons during the release of the D&D movie, and we want to make sure those folks are aware that we exist. So we will be doing something, but I can't really say about what it'll be. But it's not going to be like a big movie promo giveaway or something like that.
Something about this area feels strange to you.
As much as I would like it. I could say that as a team, we are going to be seeing the movie together. SSG is going to go rent out a movie theater, and we'll all watch the D&D movie together sometime. And that's going to be sweet. I mean, can't ask for a better group of people to watch the D&D movie with than a whole room full of D&D nerds. It should be great. So I am trying to decide myself which archetype to use. I want to roll up and play one of the archetypes here on the stream, and I'm not sure whether I should go for Dark Hunter, Blightcaster, or Acolyte of the Skin. I will say that historically I am not really a druid player. I've played a druid before, but I just haven't really... It just hasn't really landed. I'm just... It's not... I haven't yet figured out a druid in a way that I'm like, yes, I want to play a druid. So that leads me to think maybe Blightcaster or Dark Hunter. Dark Hunter is the class that's the most familiar to what I currently play. I've done that sort of thing before. So maybe Dark Hunter. But it might be fun to try the Acolyte of the Skin as well. And so I might end up doing that. Yes. Blightcaster is the druid. Acolyte of the Skin is the warlock base class, and Dark Hunter is the ranger. I'm not sure what server I would do it on either. What I'll probably end up... It might be this one. I'm considering on this character using one of my plus 20 hearts, because I do have a few left over. And I know some folks want to see that on the store. I've told the store team. But I happen to have the spare, and so I'm considering perhaps... just rather than past living and doing it that way, perhaps just leveling, turning this character into whatever it is I want. We should do a quest based on the movie. Those kind of thoughts. How much can we get away with? in terms of hinting to the movie and things like that. Uh, we've had those discussions. I wouldn't expect to see us doing a take on the movie dungeon, besides the fact that we don't have any insight as to what's going on in the movie. I mean, a little bit, but not much. I don't. If you need to, someone's asking how you use the restroom in this kind of armor. You take it off, or you don't. You want to know the reality of the world that they used to live in back when they used to wear heavy armor like that? The answer is they didn't take it off. It was not their job to deal with it. It was the person they would hand the armor to afterwards' job to deal with it. In case you thought being a squire didn't suck enough. You know, you can, to some extent, just kind of bypass a lot of this fighting. If you want to make it quick. But the other way to really get your stuff quick is to do it in a group. Divide and conquer. I could put a LFM maybe up on Wayfinder here. See if anyone feels like joining for a couple runs. Or maybe I'll run the anniversary, or the free dungeon here after I'm done with this. Superheroes don't need to use the restroom. That's the answer to that question. It just magically disappears. Yeah, I like the new dungeon a lot myself. I ran it this week a couple of times. It's good. And it's a little bit of a lead-in to the spring, where we're going to be focusing on Morgrave University and putting a wrap, really, to the Codex of the Infinite Planes story with Vecna and beyond. It's we've already named it. It's called Vecna Unleashed. It's got Vecna in it. And in some ways, the free quest is a little bit of a precursor to what you'll see this spring for our expansion, where it heads to Morgrave and can learn a little bit about the story and get caught up on it. You know, I don't want to disappoint people before we've even really started hyping the expansion, but I will say in the expansion you are not going to be killing Vecna. Vecna will be there. You will be probably fighting Vecna, but, you know, ultimately we're not killing Vecna in the same way that we can't really kill Lolth. That said, it's going to be awesome. And there'll be plenty of Vecna in it, and it's going to be badass.
A pair of kobolds peer down an open trapdoor. Says one to the other.
I would say the odds of Vecna being locked into a sentient jewel that everyone could slot into their armor probably also kind of falls under the probably not front. But, you know, we've been thinking a little bit about sentient gems, and we'll have some cool stuff for you here. The idea of having a Tiamat fight would be pretty neat. I don't know what our ability to really do that is. I know one of the other kind of big D&D games had done a lot with Tiamat, I don't know, several years ago or so. I don't know how kind of locked in that is to that, but maybe.
You spot the new dark overlord of all the kobolds standing. It's not
Ah, fine. I will defeat you. I don't know that I would want to definitively say to your question, Pano, that we will solve bank space issues forever in 2023. I do think there's a possibility we might be able to offer additional bank space, and that's something we could certainly look at. We did, offer a whole bunch of bank space not that long ago, but there's always room for more, and so perhaps we could do something like that.
your old nemesis. Oh, all right, sighs Nancy. I'll help you with your pathetic little friend. Now to return to Jeets and delve inside his mind. Malicia uses her arcane powers to open a pathway leading into the mind of Jeets. It's very clear what's on Jeets' mind.
I am not aware of us doing new Reaper wings. Someone's asking a question of whether we could do more wings. We always certainly could. I have not heard of plans to do so. Maybe. But I have not heard of any immediate plans to do that. Or have I? I know that I've thought that there's already been discussion about what would we do next. When will we do next is less clear.
Perhaps this experience has made him a wiser and more thoughtful halfling. No, it doesn't seem like it.
All right.
Get laid down. Fast legs feed the wolf, not a full backpack.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? It doesn't even make sense, does it? Fast legs feed the wolf? No, the full backpack feeds the wolf. Unless it's the wolf that's supposed to be somehow either having or not having a full backpack, in which case I suppose the wolf would not want to be weighed down if it was going to catch its prey. But every time I hear that phrase, I'm like, is that right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. Galando, I would say, how far along are we with Severland's plans for simplifying Reaper trees? I would say they are no further than the preliminary discussion phase that he shared with you. Syax asks, love that the last few expansions we have had an NPC to talk to pick up various X-Pack rewards. Will that be the new standard with future expansions? The answer is that is certainly the intention. That is what we want to do, is for... it just makes it easier, rather than dealing with account grants and, kind of key token unlocks that are applied to accounts, things like that. Instead, it's our market purchase flow system. We'll just give you the content and then get all the stuff as often as you want within the limits of whatever makes sense for the item, just by speaking to an NPC. And that means you don't have to deal. You can get it when you want. You don't have to worry about inventory space for that specific thing and what have you. So yeah, we're gonna send it to the Codex to Moorgrave. And we're like, are we sure that's a good idea? I mean, sending things that, okay. So we're just going to do that. But, yes is the answer. That unless there was a specific technical reason why we couldn't, that would be the intention. Maybe the backpack helps shield you from the wolf bites. Wolf's bite. Yeah. Cosmetic storage is tricky. We've talked about this in the past, but there's a technical disconnect where the system that would need to be used to create cosmetic storage is programmatically blind to knowing the difference between a regular item and a cosmetic item. And the only real way to make it work with the existing core structure would be to go through and individually find every cosmetic item in the game and then add sort of a descriptive property to it that the cosmetic storage system could then check against. And so a longer term solution that would allow for a specific cosmetic item storage would be something where we had to reversion every item in the game. And by version, that means you essentially delete and recreate every single item in the game. And not that we don't version items, we do it fairly regularly, but the idea of having to reversion every item in the game and then have to manually kind of go in and some, table somewhere and add properties that could be checked against is daunting. We said the same thing about cloaks, though. And that was largely true with cloaks. And then we were able to do, well, maybe with cloaks it was animations and things. But still, that had a kind of an insurmountable wall of work at one point that was associated with it as well. And we managed to make that happen. So perhaps someday we would be able to have a cosmetic bag or cosmetic storage. But it's not something that we can do quickly or easily. Or even not quickly, but doable. We haven't really been able to bring that up as a possibility of something we could actually do. Some say it'll never get done. They just say that would be extremely challenging to do. Not tough to do, necessarily, because, we know how we would do it. It's just that work is beyond the scope of something we can realistically fit into other between other priorities.
Zarnov tells you that the Codex is in the cargo bay of the ship. He tells you to go aboard to check the powerful artifact. You peer into the darkness of the cargo hold. You hear a low rumble, and suddenly a large blast shakes the ship.
It would be nice, though, and I think we recognize that it would be nice to have cosmetic storage and solve that.
It's a cranium rat.
But we'll see. We'll see.
In the Codex, you follow the huge rat to a hole dug in the street. It must have burrowed straight down into the sewers. You find yourself in a damp stone chamber beneath the street.
So one of the things that we have, learned ourselves over the years is that someone was saying just make everything stack to 10,000. There's also some kind of granular work that has to be done when we do things like that. You wouldn't want to create a situation where, and we've done this in the past, where let's say your inventory can stack it up to 500 and a gargantuan widget holder can do up to 1,000. So then you got 1,000 in your bag and you try to pull it out and it causes problems with the fact that it only has a max stack size of 500 elsewhere. So what you really need to do is try to be consistent with it across the board, whether you're, in bags, banks, various storage systems, virtual storage systems, whatever, and inventory, etc. You got to make sure you're consistent with that. So the idea of just saying, well, make everything 10,000, well, you don't want to just sort of do that willy-nilly, even if you could theoretically in, like, say, a bag. There are some potential halos of doing that you want to be careful with. This quest is called Kill 10 Rats, and it's a joke word on sort of a famous trope in the MMO sphere about having to go out and kill 10 rats and then kill 10 more and what have you. I think it's amusing, though, how many people, and I know some of you are out there, and if you were the person doing it, maybe your ears will perk up here. But remember there used to be a blog called Kill 10 Rats? And they used to do a lot of DDO coverage in the Kill 10 Rats blog. And so when we called it Kill 10 Rats, my thought went back to that maybe 2008 to 2012 era of blogging, where we had the Kill 10 Rats blog that used to do a lot of DDO. Go. Which door did that open? That opened. I thought there's a secret door here, but nope. Okay. Oh, there's a lever. I just didn't hit it. Okay. Yeah, thank you for noticing that, Sweet. I, too, think that the folks who put together this quest did a really nice job on the story of it.
Don't get weighed down. Fast legs feeble. Not a full backpack.
Yeah, so I was on vacation for the past week. I was gone Tuesday to Tuesday and got back on Tuesday night, just in time to really kind of take the work that others had done to get the Update 58 release notes ready, and then get it all published. So I actually was doing a little work at like 10:30 on Tuesday night, and then I wrapped it up, during our downtime on Wednesday morning. So I kind of rolled straight from vacation into a big content release, which was a little stressful, but I'm going to fight the optional. But it was pretty cool to kick off right into the anniversary work. I had a lot of work to do before I left for break, and now I'm back from break and able to execute it. So it's been going pretty good. Update 58 has been going pretty well, with a few bugs that are unfortunate, but for the most part, going good. The one bug we were not able to get to well, there's maybe a couple that could qualify, but one of the bigger bugs that people have asked us to work on that we did not get into this patch is one where your strength damage is not, or dexterity damage is not properly applying to bow users. And as a result, they're seeing much lower than anticipated numbers. And that should be fixed for our next patch, which the ETA is still being worked on. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen here. But it should be within the next couple of weeks, something like that. Not next week, week after, I think, is our next planned game update. We'll see how things go, of course. But this should be fixed in that. Uh-oh. I have to just kind of... Do I have anything that I can deal with? Oops. Well, that'll make me not helpless. No. I need to have something to unhelplessify myself. I have not done so. See, that slobber is just going to keep getting me, isn't it? I really should just kill myself and to respawn. But it's harder to kill me than you think, because I've got that Fury of the Wild thing going on. Yes. Yeah, I should have gone in with a higher for this reason. Oh, here we go. I'm back. Oh, I was back for one hit.
We'll manage.
Thing's almost toast. If I can just hold out.
This is not how you're meant to die, soldier.
Yes, MN developer. I am aware about that the contagion spell changes need to be further migrated to the wizard, and that some of the tooltips in the contagion spell for Blightcaster are not correct. Oh, jeez. I kind of want to die now. How do I do this? How am I supposed to clear myself? Maybe if I just leave the room. Yeah, you know, maybe I even have lesser. I should just have lesser restoration pots. That's the answer, isn't it? Do I have lesser restoration pots? No. Oh, here we go. This will work. Get myself up a little bit. Hey, look, it's me. Yeah, my build's pretty good. My build's pretty good. You know. I have not heard of plans to do an iconic completionist. Maybe. Maybe at some point. But I've not heard of any immediate plans to do it. Well, it's going to take forever, so I guess I'll just have to go the other direction. I almost got the guy, though. It feels like... Actually, I could at least take a disease potion. When I am no longer helpless. I really need a lesser restore pot. Was the capstone for falconry fixed so that freedom of movement works properly? I heard it was supposed to happen, but it no longer have a build test. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. I know that we have a list on the next set of class types that we could use. I don't know what we will end up going with. So I wouldn't want to announce anything today. But yes, we have indeed thought about what we would do for the next set of class types. We are almost out of time here, so... Can I take it out? Do I have... I do. Let's see if this will get the job done. Jerk. I was hoping I could get it before it did that. No! I will defeat you, Sir Otyugh, and then I will end the live stream. Can I just no, I can't concentrate either. Sorry, I'm bringing the Otyugh to the village. If I could just get my health back enough. I thought maybe I could do it. You're rooting for the Otyugh? Yeah, I could. You know, that's not a bad idea. I could totally do that. I could just bring out a hire and call it done. But it's the principle of the thing. I suppose I should do that, though. Oh, I'm helpless, so I can't. How far will this thing go? Oh, is there a shrine in the village here? Oh. Come on. Oh. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot. It's probably not going to let me, but I'll give it a shot. There we go. Piece of cake. Now you are mine. Or will you be? You did not help licify me in one hit. For real? For real? Oh my gosh. You are not allowed. Does the Otyugh win? No. It will not win. I will win. I will win. I mean, winning could be redefined to be essentially losing, but, you know, I will win. I just need a lesser restore potion or ability to... Maybe I should use my concentration. Look at that. It has, like, no hit points. There we go. Yay! There we go. That is going to wrap it up with the show, then. I think that's pretty much everything. All right, so I'll be back next Friday with more. My intention, if we can make it work out, and I think it's going to, is to have Sev on next Friday. We'll just talk a little bit about the latest news, and maybe we'll have something to share with you on Friday as well. Our anniversary is on Tuesday. My intention is to do a live stream here on DDO Stream on Tuesday night. Exact start and stop time to be determined. This is a bit of a smaller anniversary celebration. I can't do like a big 12-hour live stream chunk right now. So I'm going to have to do a shorter one on Tuesday, but I'm thinking roughly, 8 to midnight, 7 to midnight, something like that. And I'll be doing that on our anniversary evening on Tuesday. So we'll be doing that as well. Otherwise, I've already gone through all the sales and the bonuses and the events, so you can catch that over on DDO.com. DDO.com/DDO 17th anniversary will get you all the information that you need to celebrate our 17 years. Hope everyone's having a great time. Hope you have a good weekend. Plus 20% Heroic Epic XP. New content, new quest, anniversary event, new archetypes, and more. So I will see you next week.